and good morning. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from a very rainy Nashville, Tennessee. It is day 5 of the Choose My Adventure road trip, where you vote on which city I travel to next. We started out in the bunker in Waynesville, North Carolina. We traveled up to Louisville, Kentucky, where we got to enjoy the Kentucky Derby Museum. We got to see Churchill Downs for the first time. You guys voted to send me down to Nashville, Tennessee, where yesterday we got to enjoy the recreation of the Parthenon that they have in Centennial Park. But now it is time for you guys to vote to pick the next city that I go to. So go to my YouTube page, my community tab, and you guys have voted with 50%. 50% of votes coming in want me to go to Memphis, Tennessee. We are headed west. With 26% was Birmingham, Alabama, and 24% Atlanta, Georgia. Kind of an even split, nearby even split there, but the overwhelming majority of people wanted me to go to Memphis, Tennessee. So west it is. If you stay tuned to the end of this video, I will give you the next cities that you can vote for and choose to send me to next. Of course, tomorrow, if everything goes smoothly, we'll be spending the day in Memphis, Tennessee, looking for something interesting to experience there. But today, it is time to hop back on that long, lonesome, rainy road and head towards Memphis, Tennessee. Now, for the sake of science, I wanted to check the Yeti cooler, and you can see that same ice from day number 1. So this ice has lasted 5 days in this cool temperature. Usually in the hotter temperature, I have to change it more often, and I've been draining the excess water out. But yeah, 5 days, still some ice. That's pretty decent. Fortunately, it looks like the rain has cleared quite a bit. We're getting a little bit of sunshine up in the sky. We've stopped off here in Jackson, Tennessee. Have a museum I thought we would stop and check out. This is Rusty's TV and Movie Car Museum. See, there is a DeLorean flying over top the building over there. I think both these buildings here are part of the museum. And out front, we have this. I believe this is from the movie Twister. I think I've only seen parts of this movie, but I think was the Dorothy, the device that they would use to throw sensors up into the tornado, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm not even sure if I've seen this movie, but I think they send up like different sensors into a tornado using this Dorothy machine. Either way, always willing to check out an interesting TV and movie car museum. So let's head into Rusty's. Okay, so we have here a mixture of replicas and authentic movie cars. A replica from Jurassic Park here, but this is actually the real motorcycle from Ghost Rider 2. And you look closely, I can see how it is caked. It's like a flaming motorcycle, like you'd see here in this poster. And supposedly these orange spots here is actually so they can add in digital effects. These are like pinpointed spots where the computer could add in the flaming fire effects to the motorcycle. Little Barbie go-kart there, that's pretty fun. And so this is a piece of local history. This is a local television star at a children's show. It's Cousin Toonie there. That is her original outfit from the television show. There's the actress there that portrayed Cousin Toonie. We have some movie props in here. See, the suit here says this is worn by Christopher Waltz in the movie The Green Hornet. There's a button-up shirt here. This was worn by Eddie Murphy in the movie Norbit. I don't think I ever got a chance to see Norbit. And this is pretty cool here. This is props from Talladega Nights, the Will Ferrell movie. Actually, I really enjoyed that. I don't know anything about NASCAR, but big fan of Will Ferrell. He's usually able to be funny, and no matter what he is in. Some more clothes there from the movie, that Crystal Gale shirt there. Here is a jacket actually worn by Vanilla Ice, set in 1991 as the Vanilla Ice's Spring Break jacket. You see it has a patch, Ninja Turtle patch. He sang that theme song for Ninja Turtle movie. There's different replicas here. I have this in my bunker, the Gremlin, of course, one of my favorite movies of all time, the Gremlins. You got Gizmo there, and then the Critter, one of the critters from Critters. It's kind of after the Gremlins came out, they had a lot of monster movies where instead of one big monster, they had a bunch of little monsters, and Critters was part of that craze there. And this is a screen-used hat from Straight Outta Compton. It says this is worn by O'Shea Jackson Jr., who played the character Ice Cube. And the outfit of my favorite personal Joker, Jack Nicholson's Joker from the Tim Burton movie. Then we have Kurt Russell's jacket from the movie Death Proof.
I made the rack twice.
And quite a collection in here of different cars. I think that must be, I think that's the Green Hornet car there. And of course back here there is Bumblebee from the Transformers. This is pretty amazing. This car actually belonged to Vanilla Ice. It says he drove this in the movie That's My Boy. I have never seen that movie. I didn't know he was in. I remember he was in a movie, What Cold as Ice, but I do not remember That's My Boy. And see that license plate, Miami license plate says Go Ice. Now, I remember Vanilla Ice at one point, believe it or not, well, he's probably the most famous person in the entire world. A Barbie car with the iconic box there. Remember in the movie, I've finally seen the movie when if the Barbie escapes from the Barbie land and into the real world, they have to place them back in the box to transport them back to the Barbie world. This is from Monster Garage, driver Jesse James. The customized car there. Oh yeah, I wonder what is that right there. That looks like some sort of defensive mechanism there, like to help you defeat other cars while you're racing. Oh, who's that peeking out over here? The van, the A-Team van with Mr. T. Always a very intense person, that Mr. T. Over here is an authentic car. This is the actual car from Breaking Bad. Apparently this was Jesse Pinkman's vehicle from Breaking Bad. Not the El Camino from El Camino. That's, I think, in the Celebrity Car Museum in Branson. But I think this is a car that Jesse drove during the main series of the show. You can see he's left some of his blue meth there on the dashboard. Oh yeah, he just left his meth laying everywhere. There's the Mach 5 from the Speed Racer cartoon. I remember growing up, the show would come on MTV. It was like the old Japanese Speed Racer show, and I was completely baffled why the show came on MTV. I think people were enjoying it, ironically. And never have I ever seen an episode of Doctor Who. I know that's something that people really, really love, and but apparently you have to go back like 40 years, and the first episodes apparently don't even exist. So I would have no idea to where to even start watching something like that. All right, it's to be continued. We're gonna head to the next building. Oh, okay. Out here in the courtyard, got some animated cars. There's Tow Mater from the Cars movie. We have the Pizza Planet truck back there. And look at that. Have Cousin Eddie's RV from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Look down there. There is the, there's of course the pipe he used to empty his RV. It's got the sled that was covered with the non-nutritious food coating that Clark went sliding down the hill on. And even his dog's Snot, I think is the name of the dog from the film. Let's see what other vehicles we have in here. Oh.
I took the liberty of scanning your vital signs. Your blood pressure is 190/120 and your pulse is 104.
Oh wow. It's Kit from Knight Rider. He scanned my pulse there. Is he still scanning me? Oh, is that Hasselhoff over here? Oh yeah, look inside Kit there. See all the controls. The car that could think. It says this is the vehicle from Blank Man. That's a movie that I have not heard of in some time. It's Damon Wayans from In Living Color. Oh my gosh, Kit is still yelling at us over here. But Blank Man, I never got around to seeing Blank Man. It says coming to save your butt on video cassette and Laserdisc. I guess this is Blank Man's vehicle. It says here Blank Man is a movie about a childlike man who has a skill for inventing things. I guess this is the motorcycle that Blank Man drove around on. And here is the car from Norbit. I guess Eddie Murphy would have rode in that car as two different characters. So yeah, starring Eddie Murphy and Eddie Murphy. Kit keeps scanning my vital signs over here. But yeah, Eddie Murphy played both characters. So probably shot two different scenes in two different costumes in that car. Of course, Eddie Murphy, that's kind of part of his shtick, is playing multiple characters in one movie. Here's a car from a series not exactly familiar with. It says Hardcastle and McCormick. And if anyone identifies any of these cars that maybe I'm not familiar with, please do leave comments in the comment section. This is one of the all-time classic movie cars, the Blues Mobile here. You can see actually a little miniature version of the Bluesmobile on top of the Bluesmobile here. Looks like the Blues Brothers need to maybe cut down on smoking. There's all those cigarette packs on the dashboard there. You can see them without a care in the world dancing and jamming in front of that car. Go ahead down the street here. See the Ninja Turtles party wagon. Got Leonardo out here in front. He is the leader of the group. Of course, the party wagon was like one of the coolest Ninja Turtle toys. I never was lucky enough to have my own party wagon. It could shoot pizzas. It's a pretty amazing piece of equipment. See here. The famed Mirth mobile from Wayne's World. It was Wayne's car. Remember, they had the the licorice, the red vine dispenser on the inside. Does not look like this version has the red vines dispenser, but it does state this was driven by Mike Myers and Dana Carvey. That's pretty amazing. Of course, the famed Bohemian Rhapsody scene where they sang the Queen song, and I remember that song became like the most popular song in the world. Yeah, Wayne's World, somewhat of a cultural phenomenon. The Batman section over here. We got the Michael Keaton Batmobile. Yeah, I remember this Batmobile was from the Michael Keaton movie, the big one in the '80s. Another cultural phenomenon. So much good stuff in the '80s and '90s as far as movies go. Loved the Batman that came out in the '80s, but I also love this Batman too, the 1960s Batman. I remember when this Batman came out in the movie theaters, everyone loved it so much that people could not get enough Batman, and they actually started showing reruns of the '66 series on television. I would come home every day after school and watch the Batman '66 series. I thought it was awesome, and even as an adult, you can go back and enjoy it in a completely different way. One of the perfect television shows that can be enjoyed on two different levels. Kids watch it because it's awesome, and adults can appreciate the kind of over-the-top, campy fun of the show. Some of the perennial famous movie cars here. The General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. And is it the Mystery Mobile? Yeah, the Mystery Mobile from Scooby-Doo, where Scooby and the gang, was it Mystery Inc. was the name of the gang, where they'd solve mysteries. Wasn't 100% sure what this one was, but look down here. This is actually the car that Harry and Ron stole in the Harry Potter movies. You see it jumping over the train. It's like the flying car that they fly to Hogwarts. Now it says this is the actual car from Death Race, driven by Jason Statham. It's a movie back in I think back in the 2000s, where they competed in races where the goal was to kill your opponent. Not only were you just trying to outrace them, but you were trying to actually end their life, which is very, very harsh. You can see all the bullet holes there, and then I guess Jason Statham would be sitting right in there. Here's another genuine screen-used car. This is from the film Death Proof. See these skull and lightning bolts there on the hood. Now, I have not seen this. I need to maybe put this on my list of movies I need to see. And of course, if any other movies you think I need to check out, leave a comment in the comment section. But it says here this was the original car used in the film. This is about a stuntman who uses a invincible car to murder women, which sounds like a horrible thing to do. And yeah, you can see this car has like the extra steel and stuff inside. I guess probably used for stunts during the movie. There is the Dragula, the race car, Grandpa Munster's race car from the Munsters show, would later to go on to inspire a song by Rob Zombie, who would later go back and remake the Munsters. So, you know, the time is a flat circle and all that. The Beverly Hillbillies car. This is the car where they packed up and moved to Beverly Hills. What city were they originally from? Where did the Beverly Hillbillies, what state did they come from? Where they he was a poor mountaineer. He was shooting at some food, and up from the ground came a bubbling crude. What state were they from before they moved to Beverly Hills? Of course, they loaded up their jalopy here. Had the grandmother on the back. And there's Herbie the Love Bug. It says that this Herbie was created to promote the movie. So it may not have actually been in the movie, but I guess it would travel around the country helping to raise awareness of the movie Herbie Fully Loaded, starring Lindsay Lohan. And here we have a Harley Davidson. I guess the Harley Davidson from the movie Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, starring Mickey Rourke and Don Johnson. I don't know if these two characters were maybe named Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Is it just referring to the motorcycle as Harley Davidson, and then one of those guys is called the Marlboro Man? And then, but if that's the case, then who's the other guy? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section who's who. Who's Mickey Rourke? Who's Don Johnson? And who was Harley Davidson? A vehicle from Fast and the Furious, and traveling around to all the different car museums around the country, I've seen so many of the cars from the Fast and the Furious movies. Ironically enough, I've never actually seen a Fast and the Furious movie, and I've actually thought about it at some point. Maybe I'm just going to sit down and I'm just going to binge all of them. Maybe I'll do that at some point for the channel. I'll watch every single Fast and the Furious movie and let you guys know what I think of them. Would you be interested in seeing that? Leave a comment in the comment section. Okay, now this is definitely on the list of movies I have to see. This is Christine, the Evil Car, the Stephen King movie. Been meaning to go back and watch some of the Stephen King movies. Just recently watched Carrie. Finally went back and saw the original Carrie. But the idea of an evil car, it sounds hilarious. It really does. Maybe it's terrifying, but this is definitely on the watch soon list. Carrie, you can tell the car's evil because of those creepy red lights. And there is, of course, the DeLorean, the time machine from Back to the Future. I would say this is one from Back to the Future too, because it has some of the other futuristic items. The hoverboard there, Marty McFly's hoverboard. Marty McFly is so are they self-lacing shoes, and I guess this must be like one of the futuristic motorcycles there, because it says Hill Valley. That's where Marty McFly is from, Hill Valley. And I'm guessing this flying car is just one of the futuristic flying cars that they encountered when they went to the future. It's the Ecto-1, the Ghostbusters car that is a kind of an old-timey like ambulance hearse converted into a ghost hunting vehicle. You see Peter Venkman there. He's ready to fight some ghosts. I remember as a kid being horrified seeing Slimer eating those hot dogs. Still, the image of him just shoving hot dogs into his mouth burned into my skull. I also remember the cartoon, being a big fan of the cartoon, and Slimer inexplicably was a good guy in the cartoon, even though he was completely terrifying and horrifying in the original. But then I think in Ghostbusters 2, the film, and suddenly he was a good guy in the movies too. So his allegiances were always kind of confusing. Here is Starsky and Hutch's vehicle. There's Starsky. There's Hutch. It is cold and it is windy here in the small town of Brownsville, Tennessee. But we stopped off here to see this. This is Billy Tripp's Mindfield. Not a minefield like a field full of explosive bombs, but a minefield, a representation of one man's mind. The artist Billy Tripp has been working on this personal piece of expression here since 1989, just using bits and pieces of scrap metal to create this giant towering construction here right behind the Rent One appliance rental store. Now you can see just how much metal and how many things, intricate things welded together here. See some signage over here. This is life, no key needed. says, in honor of Mom and Dad, has dedicated this massive sculpture here to his parents. And you're not allowed to enter the Mindfield. It's not appropriate to enter a man's mind. You can appreciate the sheer work that goes into the creation of this sculpture here. See this cross here with the welder's mask. We can get a little closer over on the side here. You can see some of the metal. See a lot of birds gathering up there on top of the Mindfield. You can see the birds gathering there. See some figures, almost like the little aliens or mannequins there. You can read some of the words there. It says, "Take these of us with thee." And the artist Billy Tripp has explained, I guess this is not necessarily meant for anyone other than himself. Like, it's called a Mindfield. It's just things that speak to him. I guess that is the best way to make art. You just make it for yourself. I think in some ways I make these videos for myself with no thought whether or not anyone understands what's going on or has any interest in watching them. The sign here says no climbing, and we will definitely not climb, but I do not see any no trespassing. I think it is okay for us to wander back in this alley here just to get a better look at the Mindfield. Some names: Clarence Blevins, Ned, Andre Pyre. You just see little things like a little hand dangling right there. With the wind, you can hear the different metal components of the Mindfield clattering together. The bathtub floating over the creek there. So we walk along. Very impressive, just this towering structure here. The Mindfield, 1989 to 20. Who knows? Who knows when the Mindfield will be finished? You can see, if you make out the skull and crossbones there, it's like little different shapes hidden. See, there's like a basketball hoop there. Some cutouts of hands and feet. See a water tower there added to the Mindfield. Yeah, the number one rule of the Mindfield: no climbing. Yeah, how dangerous it would be if someone decided to climb the Mindfield. Zoom in there, you can see some of the words, some of the cutouts. Sign there, it says, "What I have to share, be it through my work." I can see the treads, maybe like a crane or something there. There's like an actual boat, pieces of a ship there. Another boat right there, but I don't know if that boat's actually part of the Mindfield. But you can definitely see that water tower. I guess he transported that water tower here to add to the sculpture. Yeah, kind of it's just an interesting structure. Just the monochrome of it. Oh, it's very windy. You see the Mindfield blowing in the wind. So there's a canoe right there. Yeah, I can't help but admire just the artistry and stick-to-itiveness that goes into creating something like this. So like, are these like fire towers here? These big, tall structures here. Or is that like for deer hunting, maybe? And as we look over here, see the Mindfield Grill. Looks like at one point there was a restaurant here themed after the Mindfield. Does not look like it is currently in operation. See the logo there. Shows a fork and a spoon sticking out of the Mindfield. But looks like it's Look at Spike, it's been closed for a little while. Oh wow, I only drove down the road maybe about 30 minutes or so, and it feels like the temperature has dropped drastically. I don't know if this is this cold front coming from the west. It feels like the entire country is currently being enveloped by a massive cold front, but it is very chilly out here. We'll stop and get a little something to eat here at Bozo's Hot Pit Barbecue in Mason, Tennessee. Now, interesting story about Bozo's Barbecue. It's a small barbecue restaurant in a small town in Tennessee. It was actually sued by Bozo the Clown for the name. The Bozo's name here actually predates the clown. They used it for decades before Bozo the Clown became popular, but they wanted to expand and make Bozo the Clown restaurants, which never materialized, but they actually sued this barbecue restaurant, and the case went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, and this little barbecue shop here actually beat Bozo and was able to keep their name, but it smells absolutely delightful. So let's see if we can grab us some barbecue. All right, everything sounds pretty good, and of course I can smell the barbecue in the air. Maybe we'll see if they have some ribs. All right, and our food has arrived. Went ahead and got the pulled pork and the ribs there. For my size, I went with the coleslaw and some green beans. I always like to get some green vegetables with my barbecue. Now there's different selections here as far as barbecue sauce. There's medium hot and mild, so I'll give all those a taste. And they brought me out a bun too, but I probably won't be eating that. All right, so we got the mild sauce there. It's kind of a very sweet, smoky sauce. It's the medium. It's got more of a tang to it. Oh, I like the medium. Whereas for the hot sauce is thinner. It's a more watery sauce, but oh, that's like mostly vinegar. Oh, it's like very spicy vinegar. I'm gonna add a little bit of that hot, and then maybe half hot, half medium. I think it'd be good. Yeah, I gave a light dusting of the hot sauce there, and then I finished it off with some medium there on top. All right, let's try some of this pulled pork there. Oh yeah, that is some legitimate pulled pork. That hot sauce is really good in there. Very vinegary, but also very spicy. Give these ribs a try. I think I'll leave the ribs with the dry rub. It's got a lot of flavor. It's got kind of some seasoning on there that doesn't even need the sauce on it. Very good. This coleslaw is finely minced. And I'm picky about coleslaw. That is the right balance of coleslaw there. Helps cool off that spicy sauce. Some of the green beans there. And that is a fine small town Tennessee barbecue meal. Once again, I am a member of the Clean Plate Club. That was some delicious barbecue. Technically, I didn't eat that bun, but you know, I'm trying not to eat as many carbs. But that was some delicious barbecue. Oh, and look at this. I had no idea, but apparently they filmed some scenes from Walk the Line, starring Joaquin Phoenix, the Johnny Cash biopic, here in the restaurant. You can see him out there in front of the sign. That's Joaquin Phoenix. Hello. We're back at the hotel room. We have landed in Memphis, Tennessee. And I'd like you guys to let me know what you'd like to see in Memphis. What would you like me to visit? What would you like me to film? What would you like me to experience while we are here in Memphis, Tennessee? Fill up the comment section with that. But I guess now it is time to give you guys the next city to vote on. And oh, I didn't really think about this. Let's see, where are we going? Let's do Branson, Missouri. Always fun stuff to do with Branson. Hot Springs, Arkansas. You know, it's kind of an old school roadside tourist area. Or we could go a little further south than that, head to Shreveport, Louisiana. So Branson, Missouri, Hot Springs, Arkansas, or Shreveport, Louisiana. Vote on which one of those you want me to visit. I will spend tomorrow here in Memphis, Tennessee, doing something Memphis-y. And then after that, you guys can vote, and I will go to whichever one of those cities. I think those are good choices. I didn't really think about it until just right now, so hopefully I don't regret any of those. But thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Thank you for coming along on this road trip. If you like these videos, please subscribe. It'll help you in the voting process too. If you're subscribed, you can find the polls in your subscriber tab. If you're not subscribed and don't want to be subscribed, you can go to my YouTube channel, click on the community tab there, and you'll find the polls there. And we'll continue to go. I don't have necessarily a date in mind on when we'll stop. I think we'll just let this come to its logical conclusion. Thank you guys. And if you'd like to support the channel, consider contributing to Patreon, $3 or more. We'll get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop, doing personalized messages on Cameo, and yeah, all those things. They help keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Till next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.